Clive, you've got a busy weekend here at Anglesey because you've got 6 cars that you're running over 2 races. Now, how does that work when you've got a certain amount of personnel, a certain amount of people in the pits, and all those guys coming in every half an hour in a 3-hour race?
There's no great science to it. You've got 10 minutes to do everything. What we do is every car that we bring to a weekend has 2 mechanics working with the car. So when it comes to pit stops, we double them into teams of 4 guys. So each pit stop's handled by 4 guys, and then with 6 cars, split pit window into 3 segments, and that runs the cars through. So we bring them in 2 at a time. We try and work fueling strategy so that we have a fixed fuel strategy based on the length of the stints and what's going on. It changes sometimes because it has to, safety cars and long stints like that, but in general we pre-plan everything so everybody this side knows what's going on, and we get the easy job. Then we just stand on pit wall waving our hands around and sort of putting signs out to get everything to happen, but the guys over this side do it all, absolutely.
And you have to be flexible with that. If you've got one car that's battling for the lead of the race, would you give that a preference and change the strategy to suit that sometimes?
Yeah, yes we do, and I think probably everybody does the same thing. If you've got a car that's running well and it's got some clear track, we'll leave it out on the track as long as we possibly can, so that it can get as much advantage with light fuel loads and just keep running. Especially if the driver's really got into the stint well and he's doing well, that's the time to leave him out, and vice versa. If somebody's struggling or they're stuck in a jam somewhere, bring them in early.
And we always talk about how important these pit stops are, because any 2 or 3 seconds that you can gain in a pit stop, it's much easier to do that in the pits than it is out on the track. But your guys work really hard at getting it as slick as possible, and it's pretty brutally dragging people in and out of the cars, but it works.
It's vicious, it's absolutely vicious, but it has to be, and it's a regimental thing. Everybody knows what they have to do. We rely on the drivers remembering what we tell them to do as well when they're coming into the pits to be ready. And 9 times out of 10, I think it works really well. You get the odd mess up, things don't always go the way you want, but in general, it follows the plan. It's hard for the guys doing the job because it's high pressure, but it's a team effort, and the drivers are a very important part of it. You've got to hold it all together for 30, 40 or 50-minute stints, but everything else has to be done correctly around you to give you the best chance.